Uber has been swoozing the drivers to come back and drive their platform, and so it should come as no surprise that they would be launching a loyalty program for the riders to come back and ride exclusively for their platform. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and before anyone says anything, yes, we have a different beanie. What is the story behind the different beanie? Well, I uploaded a video about Filmstruck today. The story is there. That's one way to get you to watch my non-Uber related videos. But don't worry, it takes place in the first 2 or 3 minutes, so if you don't want to watch the whole thing, you don't technically have to. But anyway, let's talk about this. We were doing a podcast yesterday, finally got around to doing it, and we were debating, briefly, I don't know if it was online or afterwards, I think it was during the show, and we were questioning why would they do Uber Pro? Why would you, I thought that Uber Pro might have been introduced to get, kind of just get drivers to come to the platform. I thought that, well, maybe without knowing the numbers, there aren't as many people driving for Uber as we thought. But as one of them pointed out, I think it was Mark or Mike, they pointed out that, hey, you know what? I think Uber is trying to get people who drive for both platforms to drive exclusively for them, because you can't really do the Go rewards to the fullest unless you drive all the time. So that sounded like a good thing. Well, there might be something to that theory, because Uber is launching a loyalty program for the riders. According to TechCrunch, Uber's new loyalty program incentivizes you not to check Lyft or the local competitor. Riders earn points for all the money they spend on Uber and Uber Eats that score them $5 credits, upgrades to nicer cars, access to premium support, and even flexible cancellations that waive the fee if they rebook within 15 minutes. Uber Rewards launches today in 9 cities before rolling out in the whole US in the next few months, with points for scooters and bikes coming soon. And as brilliant a way to get people excited about the programs, it retroactively counts your last 6 months of Uber activity to get you perks as soon as you sign up for the free Uber Rewards. Well, I guess I'm not going to get much out of that then. Cecily might, though. You'll see the new rewards bar on the home screen of your app today if you're in Miami, Denver, Tampa, New York, Washington, DC, Philadelphia, Atlanta, San Diego, or anywhere in New Jersey, as Uber wanted to test with a representative sample of the US. The loyalty program ties all the company's different transportation and food delivery options together, encouraging customers to stick with Uber across a suite of solutions instead of treating it as an interchangeable with alternatives. As people use Uber more and more in their everyday, we wanted to find a way to reward them for choosing Uber, says Uber's Director of Product for Riders, Nandu Janakiram. I think that's how you pronounce it. International expansion is on top of the mind for us, adds Holly Ormstead, Uber Rewards product manager. As for the drivers, they absolutely get paid their full rate. Oh, yay, we still get our 63 cents a mile. We understand that offering the benefits has a cost to Uber, but we think of it as an investment. So anyway, I wonder if we can we do that a little bigger? No, we can't. So let me read that if I can. So there's blue, gold, platinum, and diamond. It seems like with blue, you earn points with every eligible ride or Uber Eats order. $5 Uber Cash rewards for every 500 points you earn. Starting with gold, you get flexible cancellations and priority support. What's flexible cancellations? With platinum, you get price protection between your two favorite places. I guess that means no surge. Priority pickup at airports. And if you get to diamond, you get complimentary upgrades, special access to highly rated drivers, premium support, free delivery on 3 Uber Eats orders. Okay, so not bad. Now again, if they're going to pay the full price, I wonder, does this mean that some Uber X people might get Uber Blacks? I mean, yeah, I hope Uber is serious about continuing to pay the rates, because if I were an Uber Black driver and I got an Uber X driver, rider, I would be pissed. But anyway, so how much Ubering earns you or perks? Let's break it down, okay? In Uber Rewards, you earn points by spending money to reach different levels of benefits. Points are earned during 6-month periods. If you reach a level, you get its perks for the remainder of that period, plus the whole next period. Okay, you earn 1 point per dollar spent on Uber Pool, Express Pool, and Uber Eats, 2 points on Uber X, XL, and Uber Select, and 3 points on Uber Black and Black SUV. You'll see your Uber Rewards program progress wheel at the bottom of the home screen fill up over time. Okay, I'm going to say something real quick. I'm really glad that it's 2 points for Uber X and 1 for Pool. That might actually encourage some riders to pick X over Pool, but we'll see. So, okay, Blue, the $5 credits. The only Uber perk that doesn't reset at the end of the period is that you get $5 of Uber Cash for every 500 points earned, regardless of membership level. Even as a semi-frequent Uber Rewards member, you'll get these instant benefits. Blue lets you treat Uber like a video game where you're trying to rack up points and earn an extra life. To earn 500 points, you'll need about 48 Uber Pool trips, 6 Uber X's, and 6 Uber Eat orders. Okay. Gold, flexible cancellations. Now, this is what I definitely wanted to know about. Once you hit 500 points, you join Uber Gold and get flexible cancellations that refund your $5 cancellation fee if you rebook within 15 minutes. Okay. Plus, priority support Gold is for users who occasionally take Uber but stick to its more economical option. The Gold level is all about being there when things aren't going exactly right. To earn 500 points in 6 months, you'll need to take about 2 Uber Pools per week, 1 Uber X per month, and 1 Uber Eats orders per month. Okay, now as long as the drivers get their cancellation fees, I'll be okay with that. So, the price protection. Now, this I suspect has something to do with Surge. Sorry. At 2,500 points, you join Uber Platinum, which gets you the Gold benefits plus price protection on a route between 2 of your favorite places, regardless of traffic or surge. There you go. And Platinum members get priority pickups at the airports to earn 2,000. Well, anyway, I don't care. Diamond and Premium support upgrades. At 7,500 points, you get the Gold and Platinum benefits plus Premium support with dedicated phone lines and fast 24/7 responses from top customer service agents. You get complimentary upgrade surprises from Uber X to Uber Black and other items. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's going to make Black people upset. Because let me tell you about Uber X passengers. You put an Uber X passenger in a Black or an SUV or something like that, they're going to treat it just like an Uber X because they're not paying much for it. And Uber Black people, they take this seriously. If you're doing Uber Black, you're not in this for fun and games. You're in this to make money. You are doing what you can to keep that car clean. You usually have refreshments and snacks. You usually find these all over the place in Uber Black. And what happens when you put Uber X people into a Black? They're going to come in with muddy shoes. They're going to make all these crazy demands. They're going to want to go through Taco Bell, get the lettuce all over the place. And when they see the candies, they're going to grab handfuls of candy, put them in their pockets while they leave. That is very, very bad for the Uber Black drivers. I think a lot of Uber drivers are going to quit because of this, to be honest. And you get no delivery fee on 3 Uber Eats orders every 6 months. Reaching some 7,500 points would require Uber X 8 times per week, Uber Eats once per week, and Uber Black to the airport once per month. So you got to take at least 1 Uber Black. Now, I'm assuming if you take it more than 8 times, I don't know. Diamond is meant usually for business travelers who get to expense their rides or people who ditch car ownership for ride sharing. Keeping everyone happily riding. So that's what it's going to look like. That's the little progress wheel that we're going to have. Uber spent the better part of last year asking users through surveys and focus groups what they'd want in a loyalty program. It found that customers wanted to constantly earn rewards and make their dollar go further, but use the perks when they wanted. The point was to avoid situations where riders say, "Oh, I've been an Uber user for years. When something goes wrong, I feel like I'm being treated like everyone else." When riders think they're special, they stick around, or they're going to stick around anyway. I mean, they're going to go to Lyft. I mean, there's really not much of a difference. I don't think anyone even has any loyalty. Of course, that's the point. I have to stop myself because that's the point. People don't have a loyalty to Uber or Lyft. They just pick whatever's cheaper at the time. So by having a loyalty program, then yeah, maybe that would help them. One big missing feature here is a rewards calculator. Uber could better gamify earning its perks if there was an easy way to see how many more monthly or total rides it would take to reach the next level. It'd be great to have a few little sliders you could drag around to see it. If I just take Uber X, how many of my average length trips would it take to level up? Yeah, I actually would like that too, to be honest. Because I think that would encourage more people to not use Pool. Seriously, I think Pool could really be undone by this. I don't know if Uber wants to avoid that or not, but that could very well happen. Uber managed to beat Lyft to the loyalty game. Lyft just announced that its rewards program would roll out in December, allowing you to earn discounts and upgrades. Okay, we'll talk about that one tomorrow, okay? But Southeast Asia's Grab transportation service started testing a loyalty program back in late 2016 where you could manually redeem points for discounts. While Uber's rewards are more predictable and automatic, it does seem to have cribbed Grab's rewards period mechanic where you keep your perks through the end of the next cycle. We'll see if Uber mistakenly gave too much away and will have to reduce the perks like Grab did, pissing off its most loyal riders. Maybe. I'm not expecting that upgrade to Black to stand. Or maybe it will because Uber doesn't care about the drivers. One risk of the program is that Uber might make users at lower tiers or who don't even qualify for Gold feel like second-class citizens on the app. This is true. One thing that's important is that we don't want to make the experience for people who are not in these levels poor in any sense. It's not like 80% of people will suddenly get priority airport pickups, but we do want to monitor very closely to make sure we're not harming the service more broadly. Well, the priority pickup on the airports, that will hurt them. It really will. Overall, Uber managed to pick perks that seemed helpful without making me wonder why these features aren't standard for everyone. Even if it takes a short-term margins hit, if Uber can dissuade people from ever looking beyond its app, the lifetime value of its customers should easily offset the kickbacks. Here's an interesting disclaimer. Uber's Janet Karim and I briefly lived in the same 3-bedroom apartment 5 years ago, though I'd already agreed to write about the redesign when I found out he was involved. Well, actually, I think this is a fair written article. So, to the guy who wrote this, even though you knew the guy, I think this was fairly written. And I agree with that. So let's go back up here because, that's just what it's going to look like, I suppose. So, yeah, business-wise, this makes sense. Now, Uber does have to hold up their end of the bargain. They have to pay the drivers. That means even if the customer has a late fee or a cancellation fee, I should say, waived, you got to pay the driver that. If they get their surge waived, you got to pay the driver the surge. I really think you should not be upgrading X to business. I mean, if they wanted to Black, I should say, if they want to get a Black car, they can get a Black car. Now, I don't know what Lyft's perks program looks like. We'll talk about that tomorrow, but this will probably be good for riders. So one thing that I'm hoping really is that customers can get very self-entitled when they're part of a program. I remember when I used to work at Disneyland and the annual pass holders, of which I am now one, of course, ironically, hated dealing with them because they always demanded special treatment. Like, I'm an annual pass holder, right? People just have very weird thoughts in their head, like they are of a certain level and you should cater to them. In fact, several months ago, my Aunt Mary was fired from the casino she worked at for like 35 years. The reason being that there was a card player blowing smoke in her face and she told her to stop it. That person was a most valuable player, I believe that what the term was, at the casino, which meant she spends more than $25,000 a year in gambling. She complained. My Aunt Mary, who'd worked there for 35 years, got fired. So yeah, these things can definitely be used against you. And companies will prioritize a most valuable player over a driver any day of the week. So it makes sense, but there could be some potentially very, very bad things that come from this. But I would love to know what your thoughts on it. Does this make you happy, excited, mad, whatever? I would love to know. So comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, of course, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way to helping the channel run smoothly. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.